I skipped class today to go to the temple. First off, while reading the comments, some of you guys have been asking for pictures of Akane's eye. That I can't do. She's been a bit of a recluse since the accident. I rarely see her come out of her room, and when she does, she doesn't speak, just nibbles on a corner of a rice cracker and goes back upstairs. She looks like a shell of a person. She refuses to go to classes too. I think she's worried that kids will make fun of her. Bullying is pretty bad in Japanese schools, but I can't help but feel like this is my fault. Anyway, I feel like asking for a photo would be rude, especially since my host family has asked me not to bother her in an effort to help her feel more comfortable. They act as though nothing's happened, which is odd, but I guess it's their way of dealing with it. Anyway, today I skipped classes. Bad OP, I know. To go to the nearby Shinto shrine. I didn't really know what I was doing, since Akane refused to come. I've been feeling nauseated in the house, and seeing things move out of the corner of my eye. It's all in the peripherals. Last night at 3 a.m. I was woken up by footsteps as usual, but after the footsteps stopped, something began scratching the door. It sounded like someone was raking their nails into the wood. I huddled under my blankets and tossed salt over my shoulder. When I woke up in the morning, there was this symbol, death, on the door in what looked like blood. I quickly wiped it off before anyone noticed, and noticed that Akane's door was marked as well. So I woke her up and showed her. She gave me a weird half smile and told me, "So it's already begun." I was so startled I did nothing but stare at her. Just then I noticed a medium-sized cut on her wrist. "Akane! Did you get hurt?" She yanked her arm away. "Leave us alone!" Her voice didn't sound like hers. It sounded disembodied, and I swear her eye, the one not covered by the patch, turned black. I asked her what she meant by us. Just let her go back into her room. I cleaned the blood off of her door. I then knocked on her door and asked her if she wanted to go to the shrine today. Even though yesterday she had been looking forward to it, today she said no, and to go away again. I went to the shrine. I got directions from some passerby schoolgirls, although they stared at me for being a foreigner. The closer I got to the shrine, though, the sicker I felt. My head began pounding. My stomach began aching. It was excruciating, but for some reason I kept walking. When I finally passed through the Torii gate, I vomited on the ground and promptly passed out. When I woke up, 8 hours had passed, according to the priest. He told me I had been cursed by something powerful. I told him about the game, and he shook his head. It's too dangerous. Recently, there have been other girls from the Kazukabe Girls' High School who have come here as well. You cannot play that game. He paused. The ritual is essentially telling the spirit that if you are found, then they can have your body as a host. He paused again to mull it all through. You are not possessed, but you are cursed, and the impurity would not allow you to enter the shrine. He told me he has spent hours praying and cleansing my soul, but it had taken a very long time. He gave me special talismans and told me to hang them on the other side of my door in my room to prevent any evil from entering. After thanking him, I set off for home. I felt like there had been a weight lifted off of my shoulders, literally by this man, and he told me I was very lucky. I had only a brush with the curse, but since I was not possessed, that meant that the brunt of it had fallen to Akane. I was now certain that she was possessed. When she was found and stabbed, her body became the host for Irina. When she opened her door in the morning, the salt lines that were initially there no longer were, and the incense was sticking out of her trash can. When I came home an hour ago, even though it was 7 p.m., no one was there except for Akane. There was a note on the table in English. "Dear Sarah, baby Irina is sick and in hospital. Please don't worry. Went to help out. Love, Mom and Dad." Baby Irina. Akane named the doll Irina and stabbed it. One of the previous commenters mentioned voodoo. Well, baby Arena, Akane's new cousin, is in the hospital. Akane's door is closed, the lights are off. She wouldn't answer even though I knocked on the door just to check in on her. I went to the balcony to try to peek into her room and see if she was alright, but her curtains were shut, except for one eye peering out at me. I ran back to my room as fast as I could, closed the door, put salt everywhere, even outside my door, stuck the talismans up, and started burning incense. I've stopped seeing things move, but now I'm scared of Akane. Part of me wants to call up my program and switch host families, but part of me feels bad for doing this to them. I feel obligated to stay until this resolves, but I don't know what to do at this point.